Another area. Another area.
Mary, doctor,
You-
one of the Makota. Doctor,
Oh, you hear me now?
yes.
Yes, I hear you. I will
Okay,
hear
sorry.
you now.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I think me mic be mute. So what I've been trying to talk about, I say this is this program today, now we can look at we the inner part of we as Sierra Leoneans. Because when you look at what they go on Sierra Leone today, it seems like we they drift very slowly to a certain situation where we no want to be at all in our country. You know, we don't so obsessed with these partisan politics. When something happen by the SLPP, the APC they come, then they try for sit down and say, you know what thing, this thing will happen, so it's wrong. So how we able to fix them for the benefit of Sierra Leone? The same thing with the SLPP. When something happen, the SLPP then they come, then they say, you know what? Then they celebrate. That's I think that the thing why they try for talk about. Celebrating on things then we all get for sit down. All right, we all get for sit down and work together for the benefit of Mama Salon. You know they do instead, what would they do? Would they go beyond Uda now we are Sierra Leonean and begin for drift yourself into partisan politics? Okay, this is very, very important. Well, let me just try for make sure as the people if they get any comments, then go able to send them. But let me see if I am live. No, it seems hold on. It seems like I'm live on Facebook. Yeah, I'm live on Facebook. So let's see. I just want to make sure because last week the same thing happened. I forget to go live. And okay, we are live, yeah. All right. So this is not the thing where I did try to talk about. You understand when something happened where na ide against the APC, the SLPP are celebrating. When something happened against where they against the SLPP, the APC are celebrating. Even though some of the events then they affect we as a Sierra Leonean, as a nation. So what are we supposed to do as a Sierra Leonean for start for good the things say, you know what? I think say we they go too much. What's not the things that we're supposed to do? You know, I wish because if you look at we young country today, we're too small, we're too young, the democracy is too young for make we start from, you know, look at things in the way they look at things right now. Now places like the United States of America, now you the thing saying when something happens, the other people then they can't criticize, it doesn't matter because the country is advanced. They don't reach a situation where without the president, without Congress, the country is still moving. In the United States, we get a president, but a president who is very dormant, rather soon. A president where we all know, see, not supposed for be a president, because they do the right thing where as a country way they do, but the country is still moving. You know, because the country is advanced, is so advanced that it doesn't rely on a particular person or a particular group of people. It relies on everybody else. You know, without Donald Trump, the country is moving forward. Yes, they play a great role because now the president now get for negotiate foreign, you know, interactions and all those type of things. But the United States is being designed in a way where you know they depend on one part. You know, if you look at technically the United States now a country where based on four system of government. Four. The legislature, the executive, the judiciary, and the fourth one is the media. So now four technically system of governments now in the get this country. So if one is out, the three are still going to continue to work. But Sierra Leone will not reach that situation. They will not reach that stage rate. And we now Sierra Leoneans are now supposed to sit down and say, you know what? I think say I go do a better job if I look at my own country and try for minimize the partisan politics where they divide with, because at the end of the day, partisan politics no they unite us. No matter what somebody say, when we move into partisan politics, it divides us further. Now, let's talk about the two top people then we now them we they look up to. You talk about other people and the president today. We talk about okay, hold on. I think I want for bringing okay. We talk about Mother Buren and the president today, who we supposed to look at him as a person we supposed to lead the country into a brighter future. Then we talk about the former president, winner and Koroma, we supposed to assist Mother Buren for lead into a brighter future. Those, let me bring in Mr. Kabo again. So these people, according to what we expect as Sierra Leonean, these people now the people that we supposed to look into. So we say, okay, they are working together. Yes, they get their own differences, but for the sake of the country, they are working together for form a kind of a peaceful environment for the innocent people, the people of Sierra Leone. This is not happening. It is not happening at all. If Mother be not willing for work together with an Eskroma, if an Eskroma not willing for work together with Mother Bio, then it's left with we, the citizens of that country, for Lowy, because you know, government is a democratic government is a government of the people. It just like you get a company, all right. The CEO is not the owner of the company. The shareholders, you know, the investors. So if the CEO is not doing the right thing what he's supposed to do, you know what thing ever happen? The shareholders they're supposed to take charge, they're supposed to make sure they save that country from collapsing. So it's this similar with a country. It's technically different a little bit, but the perception is similar. So now the same thing, we get CEOs, then we get two CEOs. We get the former CEO, we also get a stake into the company, and we get the current CEO, we get a stake into the company at the same time, be the leader of the company. But when you look at them two people here, no matter what you think about politics, they are not doing a good job at all. All of them, to be honest with you, they are not doing the right thing what they're supposed to do as leaders, where they look up to them, we're able to emulate, and maybe tomorrow if Dr. Mankota become the president of Sierra Leone, I will say I admire. I was inspired by Dr. Anesbai Koroma. I was inspired by Dr. Madabio, or I was inspired by the late Dr. Ahmed Tijan Kaba. But to be honest with you now, let's talk between here. Would that actually inspire all them people here? Who say they take the inspiration? If you become a leader tomorrow in a salon. No, we are, because you know what? There is nothing to take inspiration from. You know, we are so much indebted into partisan politics so much that we at the Sierra Leonean people them we'd also evolve into this divisive behavior where we politicians the one way for make we become divided so much that there is no middle ground again. The few people the way they look at things in the middle ground, they are called traitors, they are called not APC or not SLPP enough, they are not patriotic, because to many people, Sierra Leoneans, patriotism is not the love for your country. Patriotism is the love for your tribe, the love for your section, your region, the love for your party. That is how we define patriotism today. Not alone. But we have a responsibility, ladies and gentlemen, as Sierra Leoneans. Okay? Just last week, we talked about the problem where they go on between the ACC and the former president. Hopefully, we don't know how that they go on, but hopefully, then go down iron out that thing there, because what are they now? Now the ACC say they're not going to McKinney again. Now an Eskroma need for come meet them. I don't know how far they don't go with that negotiation, but that was the negotiation where right now an Eskroma has to come now to meet the ACC, I don't know whether now McKinney again or Freetown, but the ACC say they're not go now and Escoma in house again. And now, when as Sierra Leoneans, then we're supposed to make sure saying, number one, we protect we finances, are now separated into division. Oh, me na APC, so I the support and Escoma. Me na SLPP, I the support the ACC, because the ACC is part of the SLPP now, because of the national government, right? This is where we are today. This is why I want people like Una, where get the simplest understanding, the intellectual understanding for saying, in as much as I belong to a political party, in as much as I very adhere to the norms, the processes, the ideology of my own party, there is something bigger than my party, and that is the country Sierra Leone. And I'm not going to shy away when somebody is trying to flout the progress of the country. I'm not going to shy away from saying the truth, say, no, come back. You need to do this. Like what some of we do last week or the week before that, we will tell, here, frankly say, and Escoma need to talk to the ACC. He needs to talk to the ACC because Aneskoma was the person who enhanced the independence of the ACC. And Aneskoma, frankly, he been do a good job for make independence to the ACC because before the ACC not been get a prosecutorial power, and the ACC say now when I get the prosecutorial power for prosecute anybody. As long as that person did not accuse them, we now go inside the truth, the lead one for allow una find out for the benefits of the country. Now, if it turns out to be, now it is its own time. Come on, guys, ladies and gentlemen, come on. Let's put the APC, the SLPP aside first. Because those are labels. You know, let's put aside. And the Escoma need for talk to the APC. And I understand saying, and Escoma is now ready to talk to the ACC. But where and when, we don't know at all. Last week also, we talked to two guests, where the first one, the legal perspective of Mr. Abubakar Kaloko, we can't tell you what are the legal implication of the white paper. Okay? Then we talked to Honorable Mohamed Bangura, where accused of misappropriation of funds. Okay? All that thing and then, as they see on social media, people are taking sides. People are, drifting to partisan politics. It depends who's you them. Your argument on social media, your commentary on social media depend on whose side. It's very easy for make you find out saying this person is SLPP, this person is APC, because then commentary is clearly they tell you saying yes, this is SLPP, this is APC. Unfortunately, some of we will get that intellectual, ability for let we decipher some of them and they understand saying, no matter how I belong to the APC, yes, the country is bigger than the APC, bigger than the SLPP. Then they drown we. We own voices are drowned. We're not able to do anything. And this is where the problem is. This is where I they call on people like so when the commentators, the Sierra Leoneans, the way really, sincerely just elect the country, irrespective of the political affiliation, and try to look at things them in a more diverse, realistic way, and try for mend fences. To be honest with you, any party within the power, that party is not for a specific tribe or region, then they rule no more. Then they rule the entire country. Yes, in as much as they criticize Madabio for saying yes, Madabio, in policies, they actually it's very, very divisive. That's no doubt about that. When it kind of power, they allow the fundamentalists within the SLPP, where belong harbor hates against the APC for make them take over in own government and they begin to behave in a way very, very divisive. But today, there are certain things where Mother they do now the North, where very beneficial. Now there are other things the way Mother they do now the South or East or the West, where beneficial. Now we criticize a government based on the bad things what they do, and within them criticism, let we not so become so divisive to the extent that with the hurt the country. Because if we do that, you not only hurt the person way they criticize, the government way they criticize, you they hurt young people themselves. And the last thing I want to talk before I bring in my commentators, then that they try to push out the notification social media more for make people then if they want for the comments, that's okay. The last thing I want for also talk about the politicians. Where let's face the fact. We know say the politicians then they milk on with division, then they benefit on the people's then divisions. If we are divided, we become weak, and if we become weak, the politicians have become stronger. This is a simple theory, very, very simple. From memorial time, when we know about politics, people are milking or benefiting, politicians are benefiting from the division of the people. When the people are united, the politicians become weak. So, we within the diaspora, and I've been able to talk about this so many times, we within the diaspora, we have a bigger role for play for bring the people them together. If we're not able to play that role, then we not deserve any respect as alone. We not deserve any position as alone. We not deserve no way people then they expect from we for me to become the bone where they took the country into submission. We're supposed to be the carrier of progress, development in that country because we live in societies that way very, very advanced, very, very, very advanced, and they are, I mean, those this society where we live, in terms of democracy, no matter how you see today in the United States here, we all know that. No matter how you see the Republican, the Democrat, and they fight against each other, when it comes to the country, at the end of the day, they all come together for the benefit of the country. So let's do that. Very, very important. Now, let me bring in my commentators them and let's talk about what we're supposed to do as. Let's start with we were there. Okay? Forget about the hala on social media, the bickering and all those and nonsensical stuff, the way they happen on social media. We were there, Sierra Leoneans. What are we supposed to do for be a beacon of peace and inspiration to the people there, where they out there, where believes in the only way where Sierra Leone go able to prosper when we divide ourselves, when we begin cause ourselves, na streets, na social media, na anything. Now let's start with Dr. Kamara, because I'm not the first person who actually enter the room. So Dr. Kamara, what's in your own take?
Yeah, good afternoon, Dr. Makota. Before I go, I want for tell Kota Ahmed Kanu my condolence for brother who did not pass away, and may God give him good road that na Arolin. I know they've been busy for some time.
Thank you.
All right, and fellow commentators, I think this is a very important topic where Dr. Mankota puts on the table. Indeed, we have a role to play as role models to the society. I think we've been doing that by giving our honest opinions. And I feel say if we go further, some of us get the journalistic tendencies for right, submissions them to the various outlets them, and even on Facebook and also to different communities them, and also to we people them. and that's for preach peace and avoid hate speeches, and try for bringing with knowledge to the people them so that we could get a national cohesion. You see, I feel say a pattern has occurred in Sierra Leone, but first of all, I want to pray that this is not an Arab Spring because we are in the fall. This is a West African fall we are in. The wave of violence and political upheavals where they go on West Africa are very frightening and sickening. From Cameroon to Guinea to Nigeria to Mali to Sierra Leone to Liberia, I think it's not a good show for this part of Africa, the ECOWAS, and also now we own country Sierra Leone. If I can just throw back, I think say we all guilty of not only respecting our rulers, but we idolize them in such a way that sometimes they feel they are demigods. And this is one of the problems, just like how Mr. Mankota tried for outline. If you want to talk the truth, you are castigated or being accused of being non-partisan. And I think these are some of the problems, right from the civil service, people in the graduate with corruption. I mean, when he gets a new promotion, you don't go be the boss. People and they congratulate him. And guess what? How do they congratulate him? They say, well, Ghana, you don't cancel. So which means with a honor that you don't cancel mean corruption. So it becomes institutionalized. And so it goes to the politics. And where leaders them, when they try for come inside, sometimes, then they work very hard for show honesty or for show propaganda for say, we go do this, and do this, and do this. But they're not deliver to their promises. And who be you for try for even point out some of the mistakes or what them be promised for say they're not they do. I mean, you just rope yourself into Pandemba, who said you go graduate as a prisoner. So this is it. A fear has been instilled to the population. And until this fear, these shackles of fear, we say we have freedom of speech. But no, after freedom of speech, what next? You are being haunted. And this is not a problem, but also we go for the propagate the truth. And the truth no means say, if I always talk to the person, the team we elect. I mean, if I have a friend like Dr. Mankota, I get to be truthful to him, meaning if he's wrong, I say, hey, doctor, you're wrong. And I tell him why. I go help him. Then he go slow down, he take a different direction. And when he's right, I go tell him, say he's right. If some person want to fight him for that, I go say, no, this man is right. We don't incidents here, they happen, and the bubble don't begin burst even in the well of parliament. Way recently, in Jiva will say, you know what? Enough is enough. We cannot just go on blindly with what is happening. And, caught in his own trap. Yesterday, he was championing, the, disgrace of other people because they're not in the same party. But now, what the thing turned around? Sorry, Mr. Ngebao, I'm just citing an example here. I don't mean for take you, but this is a very clear one. Yeah, because where the snake not points by you, he say, hold the head, hold the head, hold the head. Where the snake turn, he come by you, you begin run away. And this is very similar to both parties. And these parties, I think, say, then they actually make a disservice to the country. We'd agree, when they meet up at the football field, the national team comprises of all the tribes. Bana Loko, Bana this, I mean, they even call it Bana Loko. But Kama Dumbuya, Kama, I mean, it's coming from another tribe. You get Mukni, Abdul Mukni, you get this wire, you get Christian people, you get this. This is called the national team. Let us behave like a national team. I mean, you go to Bo school, you go there, you go get a good girlfriend when I'm in there, you come na St. Francis, na Makeni, you go get a good girlfriend when Team Ni Olimba, you go na Koinadugu, Kabbalah, you go get a full Amadingo. I mean, this is it. I mean, they say variety is a spice of life. Let us try to live in this variety, and we try for mix. Most of me party them. Most of them they are this SLPP government. If I can say, Dr. Alpha Uri was my senior at grammar school, just like Dr. John Tambi, he was my senior. In fact, John Tambi in chemistry book, where they go upper, middle, lower. I mean, so any time we meet up, I mean, the Northerners are waiting at the SLPP government. I sabi them boku. Like Pauri, Bonuri, he was an ambassador. He was also my commander. And even Madabio, I used to be a critic of him, but I met the man. He was so gentle with me, and so forth. I mean, irrespective of whatever I mean, because this was a political, fight. We'll be there on the front line. But now we don't left, we don't come sit down. And what you more, Mr. Makota, been the try for talk, or Dr. Makota, you see certain things that they give reverence to. I'm not castigating anybody here. Rudeness. Now, one thing we will not tolerate.
Yeah.
Some person can say, "Oh, nobody know they will not sabi cause mommy cause na salon," but you know what they cause openly. Anything you cause. No, we like that. But with that again, now other way where would they fan the fire of hatred and something, and the people who not go school there, that thing, and they say, "Hey, Danny, I'm your man." Although yes, sometimes the person where they cause it, they talk the truth, but sometimes it overdo them, and it's like also they provoke situation on the other side where people that say, "Well, you know what? I'm going to fight this guy." Decide the region where he come out. I mean, it becomes a punitive measure, and also it will be failing on the other side of the leadership for say because of one man, you go punish the whole region or a tribe or a section. So me just they try for ask. We they naya as commentators, the people who they listen to they go in the right direction.
Yep.
I was never a victim in the war, but I was trapped in the war. And I know how much I suffered. And I must tell you, gentlemen, I suffered a post-traumatic stress. I they sleep sometime, my wife they can't wake me. They say, "Hey, una. They bomb them, where them they for them. And they see fire in my dream. And even right now, if you just take a football, you go na pala, if I they sleep, you make them boom, and the grab I say na bomb down for them. I have that post-traumatic stress. If you honk by me, suddenly, that's like the worst punishment they give me. A lot of people don't get post-traumatic stress. And will not go out of this yet. People then don't die. 30 years. Since we get independence, it's nearly 3/4 of a century. Where are we? What have we gained? Let's put some yardsticks of progress. And the politicians, do ya with the big una, this not to farm. Would they abuse the land? Would they abuse the wealth? Would they abuse the people there? Would they abuse we self? Because you know what? Some of us want to go to Sierra Leone. And because of what you do, some people are not getting mind. Some people are taking the way they go to Guinea or go Liberia after the war. Then they're afraid for go Salo. Some people are then afraid to, then they're afraid for go outside Waterloo because they feel that when they go to the hinterland, rebels are still there, then they go cut their hand and do this. So me, they ask the leaders them, Papa Ernest Koroma, Papa Julius Madabio, una get for see yaki, una drop una ego, una get for talk, una get for advice una self. Now una get for sorry for we. But if we are not doing, and more could stop for idolize we leaders them, we were they close to the leadership. Let's talk truth to power to them. let them drop this ego and come and allow the country to go. It is too late, but sometimes it's never too late. It's too late. It's never too late. Why I say so? Better late than never. They cannot just occupy the
Yeah.
the floor. So yeah.
So thank you very much, Dr. Kamara. Now a very wonderful thing today. Now more of waiting we want to do as Sierra Leoneans for make sure we try for bringing peace and progress in our country. It's not much about blaming one person or the other. Waiting we this now let we look at we say forget about the other person, forget about the person where you blame or something. We waiting we want to do as Sierra Leoneans for reverse the divisive behavior way they do in other country. Now we go to Honorable Baibure.
Good day, Doc Mankota and colleague commentators. I feel privileged and honored for day before now on short a topic as if it were introspection and retrospection and drawing an inference as per individual towards what they happen in the country. How me say regrettably I dey try to take an enjoiner from the previous speaker, Dr. Kamara, where he talk about a post trauma we get as a result of the war. And regrettably, somebody who carry a gun or who carry a command during the war, today it fan the fears of discord from where we go back to USA we come out. Doc talk about word like idolize we leaders there. Me they look and say injustice not fine. Injustice not fine. When me party leader come on a power in payback na mistreatment, maltreatment, mistreatment, injustice. I dey draw we over there America, what you see in Philadelphia, Barack Obama, USA itimap we want go talk then this year, the respect, the Secret Service. You see the Matukade, the entourage who day for protector. To we own perception, that to we own other people that within at the other party, if they accord them kind of privilege to former President Dr. Ernest Koroma, then feel say Dr. Ernest Koroma want equate himself to the current president. That's a very erroneous thinking. Dr. Ernest Koroma they a million times ahead of the current president. He don't do 10 years. The current president is still a veteran for 5 years. Who is senior? Who is more superior? Who therefore accord more respect? The one who don't do a more, the one who not do a 80 day and struggle. He get for land. It takes character. It takes a lot for me somebody able to deliver. Then kind task then they for be president. Who don't rule come out. The people that will come on their own place, who in our government, then they sack them en masse, sort of injustice. Then this now the time this other people and they say, I they idolize the former president, I they lean on your own side in my thinking, in my way of doing things. No. Now the injustice, now they make me they move towards them. Throughout Ernest Koroma, where he be president, never in a life me, Bebure de a radius of 60 miles outside in the list to talk say I get benefits, I get money from him. But if I see them they maltreat him, because he come more power, then take matuka from him, because he come more power, then take security from him, somebody will be not stake on behalf of all as a nation, then kind thing and they make me they lean to them. If they call person for make somebody want shoot him before them, me go offer myself made and shoot me before he die. Because he be don't stake trade for me for 10 years, me and me people, me family, me community, and me country for be president. If today we don't come out, I see them they maltreat them, I prefer me them cut me throat before they cut your own throat. This now the thinking this. Because MB don't rule people and walk on one side. Now he make them the sense of German for go kill people and now your own side. People will they talk on your own side. So what would they talk about politics? Respect is an the leader who don't come, then call him His Excellency. I need for ask him where are the excellencies? If he's guilty of injustice, taking people their jobs in their hand, maltreating a current president, seizing in bank accounts before justice, because now rule of law, now government inside democracy. That is one of the fundamentals. A person is presumed to be innocent until proven guilty by a competent court of the land. But the person not go inside in court yet, he don't suffer the penalty before the court pass verdict. They don't begin calling IAMP, you president. That situation done. You know, come it. Suppose you don't come it. Now they disrespect the presidency. Then you want the average or the ordinary me by Bure for make I respect you. If you they disrespect the person owner you senior, no. The school or me go now by boys school would respect seniority. So that when myself be a senior, people and they respect me. So why the president they cultivate or they create this atmosphere? And why president and leader they did so? Now the inability to deliver or to perform. Because President Madabio is largely inadequate in whatever field, academically or otherwise. He rely on his tribe to build up a force. When President Anes Kromano says he's competent, he knows what he's doing. He doesn't need tribal people. It's a rule. If you now post you will do something wrong, it will hit you. But when somebody is largely inadequate, he cannot deliver, he cannot do something, the only force way they rely upon now in try for mobilize a force for back her up because he's deficient. And exactly now they go on so. Now they go on at the country. But why me they blame this? People they blame the SLPP as a party for them for have allowed a coupist, a double coupist for navigate, take can at this position, take he can hold the nation. He begin hold the party at ransom. Now he don't navigate straight to the position, the highest position. They maltreat the country like I they maltreat and so. So if you're not president, then say His Excellency, Chief of Justice. Look what he do now, the judiciary. Me president, Bebuda, be president. Appoint a Chief Justice within 6 months. If I don't preside a matter, we get constitutional limitations there. Look then, now then there's a case where them for don't treat constitutionally. The problem what we get, my brother, people and get allegiance to government. Me by Bure, I get allegiance to the instrument of governing, which is the constitution. Watching the constitution saying, not to the party, now the constitution. And the constitution I ain't tell me about party. And what it tell me about the party for practice politics, what is politics? Politics is an organized dispute about power and its use, involving competing ideas, parties, individuals, and all the rest of its methodology approaches. If me decide for choose my own party as the APC, and we won't get method, we say one bill, Mama, airport, other person say they can't build bridge. To me, not a problem. Now you make down the, if the people and decide say for me a rule, that's not a problem. And the outcome of the results, what will current government get, where then give the APC the majority of seats, but the current leadership it manipulates to such an extent it can't take the majority from parliament. Now, a person like that, they earn me respect. Respect is earned.
Okay.
What person they earn? Just a minute.
Yeah,
just 1 minute, make a round up. Just make a round up. In modern day politics, because he as Abide say, sufficient enough for me to negotiate. Look what happened. Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi na speaker. He then a different party. The current president they know other party. It is some people that made they negotiate, respect the law, but they bulldoze the law. President who they bulldoze the law, but we get the least respect for him. I talk there, sir.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honorable Baibure. One of the objectives today is not about blaming. We as Sierra Leoneans, like I said earlier, don't forget about the other people. What are your responsibility as Sierra Leonean for bring peace? For make sure same? Because peace sometimes now a small group of people and then they start peace. Anything at this world, revolution where they talk about, not the entire country they cause revolution. Now one or two people then start revolution. So now the same thing with peace, and this we get a stake in this. Now instead of we start for blame, we get for take responsibility first. What is my responsibility as Sierra Leonean for make sure saying I contribute to the peace of the country. That's now the purpose here to them. Now let we go to Honorable Ankano. You got the floor.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I want to congratulate you, Abu Mankuta, for your achievement of pursuing a doctoral degree. You don't add upon the elite of the country. And I want to thank also my colleague and younger brother, Dr. Lusain Augustine Kamara, now all including Mr. Cargo of New York, for let we participate in the program here because we are putting ourselves on the line. And this is a bold move, actually, because some people they did and just they talk na the corner. And for let Dr. Abu Mankuta come up with this program for a long time, and they manage from the radio to this point, where then they see we faces, they move the talk. I want to congratulate we all for doing that, including Mr. Saiban Jai, who just don't talk. Well, the topic today, Mr. Dr. Mankuta, of course, a very good topic, how we move forward. The reason why this topic is very, very important, and even bringing some people their way they can't defend themselves no more now this program, we get for come up with moving forward and how we get for move that country day forward, including the one away they and we were they out. Peaceful coexistence now one of the main things them we all get for look into. And we therefore encourage institutions, them we're very, very vital to the country, very beneficial. We therefore look into individuals, we're very beneficial individuals, that we no bias, we no get that political vengeance for come and instigate more problems for the country. Then some of them we get for look into the corruption. We get for look into the fear where Dr. Lusain Kamara they talk about. Fear is foul. We're posting the afraid too much for, especially come up with the truth. We know say at the end of the day, you get for die anyway, and we will not even know how they die. So if you get for say the truth, you say I'm respectfully, God will make we self-respectful. So he make we with as human beings with brains for able to forget all their accomplishments here that is world war labor. So the idea of respect, now one thing the country, especially among the elites, we the one that would be fortunate for we go small school to this point, we get for realize say there are other one that will not be go school, not to say they're stupid. Some of our brothers and sisters then they not even just get the opportunity where some of we get for let them put we through school. And now we don't accomplish that knowledge they whichever. Some people then they misuse them, then they take this superiority complex as elites. And any elite na the country, na any country. Now then they shape the development and now then they give a characterization to that country. But if the elites them, then they feel say, then people they waste they above the law. Of course, me colleagues, them, Dr. Kamara said it. It is very, very sad because the law, as a matter of fact, they meant the rules of a nation, written down by designated lawmakers for a benefit and give direction to the nation where nobody know for they above that law and which we refer to as constitution. But if we get a country where when you become a member of parliament or minister or president or director, you don't, or policeman, if they meet some policeman, they behave like say na get the country. You they meet policeman. I mean, I'm not against police or anything. They help us, they protect us. But I'm just saying, not to talk about the MP, where when they don't elect them, you go back to people them, they feel say in some kind of a God to them people there. God forbid it, God. I mean, God, small g, not a big G, small g. And they try for behave like say is so extraordinary. And you people them will elect you. Now there you come out. You go there back, you go try for act as if you know some extraordinary posse to them people there. Some of them, you don't even want to let them talk to you, especially you want they will not vote for you. How this country will go promote them for let we get peaceful coexistence. And what this posse not to you tribe, you get for treat them differently, you get for degrade them, you get all them things and they now them who they talk about today, how we go move forward. First and foremost, let we think, say Sierra Leone, it belong to we all. And now they we start for let we go able to get the sense of belonging to a political party. But if we think first Sierra Leone, let we think first the nation. Then when we don't think about the nation, you political party can next. We all get for belong to political parties. And when you belong to a political party, you get forget pride of that political party. The pride we get forget. Let the people they will get for come up from that party they for represent you now. Now any level, local to the executive, let be say now people them where they represent you now for let una get pride and proud of them. Not to for let una begin for be shy where they call one in name feel you know I even sure. That's a disgrace to the nation, not only to a political party. And I think some of us not able to realize. You know, they go cover waiting somebody now your party don't do we nonsensical because now your party member, you not try for let you tell and the truth, let other people they see. So it go do better and let your party look good, better, to the entire nation. Say this party, they get people who want to make this country better. I know they go cover up somebody in bad because na man will belong to the party. What about the country? Inside the country go there? And we all belong to this country. A political party.
Okay.
Now in them shape up for make you go able for control the country if then they in governance. Let them develop the country. So for me at this point, I go stop there and let's talk about collaboration later on.
Yeah.
And let's think what the brain drain.
Yeah, we go to Mr. Kabu. Let we get your own time for make you. After that, we'll just do interactive wherein that kind of a general conversation what they do in order for get time period again. So thank you very much, Honorable Ahmed Kanu. Like I said, today's I want for the people that way they just join we, they watch we in our Facebook and YouTube, and now we broadcast in two ways: live on Facebook and live on YouTube. So if you didn't have YouTube, you did watch we live. If you didn't have Facebook, you did watch we live. So two platforms now with the broadcast. So I just want for you to reiterate waiting with the time for discuss here. When you say Sierra Leone don't become a problem for people like we, so we really concerned because of the division where they go on at Sierra Leone. And we are not here today to cast blame on one person or the other. The purpose here today is waiting you as a Sierra Leonean supposed for doing, waiting your own contribution towards peace. How we able to foster peace. Now that one day we want for make we discuss today. And irrespective of what my political differences, we just want you for making giving your own idea on how we go able to come together as a nation. Sierra Leone is very small, 7.5 million people. They are very small, right? And we are fortunate that we get so much resources we supposed to take care of, but because of the division, tribal sentiment and regionalism and all those type of things, we deprive ourselves. So we are responsible for our own fate, for our own country. Now let's go to Honorable Mr. Kabo from New York. Mr. Kabo, go ahead. You mute, Mr. Kabo.
Okay. Good afternoon, gentlemen. This is Cabo from New York, commonly known as Kani, K-O-N-Y, not Kuni, but Kani. All right. Having said that, our topic today, as Mr. Mankota reiterated, is that Madabio and Anes Koroma must give peace to Sierra Leone. I look at it as something that is very ambiguous, and also to buttress that, he made mention of executive director in companies and so on and so forth with shareholders. But what is right is that, which I know doesn't matter how anyone spin it, is that there are no two captains in a ship at a time, at the same time. There are captains and there are captains. Captains come and go. And today, the captain of the ship of Sierra Leone is Madabio. So I was expecting the conversation would have been Madabio must give peace to Sierra Leone and not Anes. Anes is an ordinary man now like me, like any other person. Anything goes wrong into the country of Sierra Leone now, Madabio, being the captain of the ship, is held responsible either by the natives nationally, the people, we in the diaspora, or the international community. It's Madabio's responsibility. He's going to be held responsible. Anes is not responsible. Anes Kuruma time has come and go, except for the mere fact that some fraction of some other political parties fail to recognize that. And that's where the ambiguity and the problem comes. And until and unless this is recognized, the peace which you are asking for in Sierra Leone is yet to be achieved. Madabio has an agenda for the government of Sierra Leone, for the people of Sierra Leone, and Eskurumado have an agenda, a constitutional agenda, more so as a president of the country. So he's not a president and must not be compared to Madabio. He's a statesman. He's an older person who's been a president before. That's correct. And he's going to be given the respect when he earns it. When he earns it, he's going to be given the respect. Everybody knows that. We don't have to say it. Everybody knows that. Just like our old fathers, when they're older, I took over. He stay aside. He steps aside. Anything that happens within the family, I'm responsible. You're not going to compare me and my father. I know he's my father. I know that. But I am going to be in charge. So having said that, I was expecting Madabio, or I'm expecting Madabio to steer the ship of the government of Sierra Leone to a safe land. And but how would he do that? By enforcing the law. There's a lot of law breaking. There are a lot of thugs, a lot of people who call themselves youth in caption. I born and raised in the north, educated in McKinney, came to Freetown, went to the Gambia, came to the United States with a very large family. I know what a youth is in the north, in context. The youth, the normal. I know what a youth is. A youth in the north is a shield. It's a wolf in a sheep's clothing. That's what a youth in the North is. We all know that. You know S.I. Koroma's youth, you know Temu Bangura's youth, you know these politicians' youth. Those are the youths. And that narrative has built up in our children in the North, which makes them to be very aggressive. They have the sharpest knives, the sharpest cutlass. They can kill. They can do anything. These are the youths we know. You can bear me witness. Anybody to this
No, I can't.
prove that.
Bible, can't.
All right. So I want the arrest there. I know who a youth is. When the Northerners say a youth, I know what they mean. They are hiding under those. They don't want to use the word thug because during political times the word thug is not necessary. They don't like it. So they use the word youth to foster their agenda. Now I expect Marabio to assist doing to make sure that there is peace in the country. By it doesn't matter whether I'm at the president. The law is the law. I have an agenda. When he was having his campaign, the mandate he read to the people of Sierra Leone that he's going to fight corruption. And the only way he has to do it is to start where he wants. It is his own right. He wants to start from his cabinet to where he wants to. And it's a distraction for people to say Marabio is corrupt. And why would he fight corruption? I don't know why people in America have had that all over in America, abroad, and I mean some other parts of Europe. Who is going to fight corruption? Does that mean when somebody is corrupt, he cannot fight corruption? Sierra Leone is all corrupt. I always say that. But there must be one person who is put his head up, and that's why I always say Marabio is a hero and he's a risk taker, and these are the people we're looking forward to. And he takes his risk for the benefits of the people of Sierra Leone today, and those are coming tomorrow, and those are yet unborn. And that we will benefit as a country. So he has to put down his foot, and he has to know if I give you respect, if respect fails, says those gentility fails, it takes place. It's on jargon. Don't misquote me. I'm not preaching violence. I don't write it. It's been written there before I was born. And it is there in the books that when gentility fails, brutality takes place. So I am not the person who foresees it. And I'm not actually, I'm saying I'm not inflaming or suggesting violence. But he has to put down his foot. And people who are called upon the Commission of Inquiry, that's where he wants to start. I always say it that it's a distraction. When the president say we're fighting corruption and you say, oh, you are corrupt, it's a distraction. If I'm corrupt, as he always say, when his time is over, the next government will come and that's your work to see how corrupt I am. I am not going to do your work. I'm doing the work I want to do, not the one you want to do. So until and unless we respect the fact that Marabio is the president of the country, there will be no peace. And these people are vagabonds. They must be held. They must be brought to justice because Marabio is the president of the country. If there's no peace, we're going to hold him responsible. So, having said that, I stopped so far, and I know I'm speaking to people who can understand and read between lines what I'm saying. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Unfortunately, Baibure and Mr. Kabo are not saying anything that they, as individual, which their own contribution, then talk about the other people then, about Marabio, about Ernest Bai Koroma, about all those type of things. I hope this interactive session now they can take, we focus now on what we get supposed to do, because that is actually the topic of the discussion. What we supposed to do individually as Sierra Leonean, for America, we're able to foster peace for that country. Then. Like I said, if you look at if you look for fault on anything, you will find fault. If that is the motive, if they look for fault against this government, this Marabio government, you get plenty of faults where they find out. If you look at fault against Ernest Bai Koroma, man, you get a lot of faults. But that's we don't do them for how many years? Ernest Koroma, we don't look for faults for 10 years. Marabio at the third year, now with the Kerubu, they look for faults no more. You know, it's nothing. So let's look at ourselves now. Forget about Marabio, forget about Ernest Bai Koroma. Yes, they are responsible. And I just want to talk a little bit on Mr. Kabu for making you understand what I've been trying to talk about. Where you say people then get for recognizing Madabio is the president. Everybody knows Madabio is the president of this country. You know, if Madabio is not the president, anybody will not recognize that. Now, a waste of time. It's a waste of time because we have a democracy. The people voted for Madabio, and the people elected Madabio. Whether you like it or not, Madabio is going to continue as president of Sierra Leone until in 5 years time done. So anybody, we know one for you that now you forget heart attack. But now let's focus on what we do as Sierra Leonean individually. I think Bible want to say something.
Yeah. Well, that's not the correct point where they say. Not where I make that scenario. I paint. I talk about Madabio and the government and what they do means I they deviate from the question. No, I just indirectly they show how in behavior of the government of the day by leadership they influence what would have been my contribution towards peace. That if they do things there, they behave the way they behave. Maybe want a just president. When I see a just president, whether in a Mende, whether in a whatever tribe, they die for them. I want to, if President Madabio, they talk about justice. If Timniman do something wrong, may cut in throat. Same way so, if Mende man do wrong, may cut in throat, make us see, they die for Madabio. Now the injustice, what I see the president they do, now they influence the way they do things. And this now multi-party. One of the fundamentals of multi-party, now multiple views. And what is the tip paper? Now I make, even when an idiot they talk, what you mean on part they make, are they accommodating view? Even though what they talk, I not agree, they see the nonsense so somebody they talk, they try for bring down somebody who don't rule for 10 years. The man will not able to go through a period of 5 years. It's still a struggle. He get more weight than the one who don't do the 10 year. Me not see no logic date. And they give more merit to the person who don't do more. So multi-party they make accommodate somebody, even though the person is an idiot. And they be patient and listen to them. And not the them.
Doctor, come in.
Yeah, well, yes, Dr. Mankota, fellow commentators, I feel say we for create an impact where we go influence we youth them, where them before therefore become educated, also progressive. Hey God, somebody will call me, make a just
well, take care of that first. Let me bring in American who come in.
Yeah, do you Adepan conference call? Yeah, Adepan conference call. May I call you back? Yeah? Hello? Yes.
Yeah,
hello?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yes. For create an impact to youth them where they come. First of all, it is not only necessary for educate we immediate families them, but today there are many privileged. Hey God. But Fenga, I tell you, say I did a conference call. Make I call you back.
All right. You know what? Okay, go ahead.
Hello.
Okay, you know what? Let me just
Yeah, I don't pull them. Let me work at them. You know, they're not off. Sorry. Well, this is what I'm saying. Hello?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Let me work at them. Then they pack construction. Then they try to finish my clinic. You know, we provide jobs for our youth, even at the village level. If we able, well, yes, we can able to put 1, 2, 3 building them. Where even if we were able to sponsor them, they'll go up to MPRC or common entrance or selective entrance. They become educated. Give them scholarship, individual scholarship. Sierra Leone is so cheap for some of us whether in America or Europe or any other part of the world abroad, we can able to sponsor one or two brilliant people them when they become educated. We can able to sponsor at a community level with people that will organize them, make them do farming, agriculture. They can able to plant them perennial plants them where they were able, sell cassava, corn, potato, other things them, where they were able to put something at their pocket. By when time to time we go to the village level, live with them, if not 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we educate them, not only for encourage them and cast it on a free time, for wait for handout from us, But people in there under people in there where they tap palm wine, they tap palm oil. We can buy them 5 gallons, we'll give them. Say, go na bush, go get 10 gallons per my car sell and the profit, you eat them. The other one, you go buy, if you have the time for granite or forest, you go to a made and learn some trade. This will reduce the idleness.
Okay.
So we got to engage the community at a meaningful level and give them education. And, that one they go, they say the idle's brain is the devil's workshop. That one they go live to peace and it will go live very cohesively. That's not one way. So I just feel saying that for try to engage the community at a more meaningful, not for everybody, not for everybody.
I know, understand, and I think you bring up a good point, and this is one of the things where they look for. How will they contribute towards peace? Because we all know, one of the biggest problems we will get is, I want to disagree a little bit with Mr. Kabu on what he's saying. The meaning of youth now not means vagabond, not necessarily. It's because we were not the educated people them, we were not the well-off people them. They use then they because of the problems then the poverty we then get, would they use them, would they exploit them? So we are also actually responsible. So what Dr. Kamara talk about, I think it's very important. Now we suppose for take then use them, they try for educate them, try for tell them for saying for somebody for go give 10,000 leones for make you go on the street for go demonstrate or for go cause problem. Not a benefit to life, because at the end of the day, 10,000 leones now one cookery plate, and what will happen if you go injured? We go to street on a hospital for or even may God forbid it, you get killed. So, but I want to bring Mr. Kanu. Mr. Kanu, as you see at the screen, David Akibo Bet say thank you, Mr. Kanu. You said it all. You are only Northerner that have said the truth. So, go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Mankuta. I want to thank Mr. David Akibo Bet for his commentary we make. Thank you again, Mr. Akibo Bet. However, what in me get for say again, I just reiterate and what I've been saying about the country being we country. We all love Sierra Leone, and now the only country we get. So for let we move forward, we'll not get for begin for play the blame game anymore. What thing we go do for correct the mistakes them like we Dr. Mankuta be mentioned at the beginning, leading by example. We lead as them who don't come and go, what thing them you don't do right and what thing them you don't do wrong. Now we own place. We at the current position, what thing will go get the best out of what thing they don't do? The best, the wrong, so the correct them. What thing will go get the best out of what thing they don't do is our duty. Therefore, me go talk on few topics them, not very elaborately, but I go make them very precise. First and foremost, you get respect. Now the nucleus of everything. We go get several parties, but let respect how we go treat each other. We are all Sierra Leoneans in a country of 7.5 million people. We are all brothers and sisters. And I talk about the institutions. Every institution where they create another country, we for respect them we kind of give them the kind of promotion we'll get for GIAM in a very peaceful way, where peaceful coexistence go day. We will not get for look at anything on a tribalistic perspective. You know, if Creole man come and say, would they get Creole Descendants Association, they will respect them. Because when they go there, then they go talk about them people them and how they go do something for let the country develop. If the man make a group, now for make the man then come together on what they go do for let the country promote. If team man them or any other institution, once now institution will get benefit to the country. And I will talk also about the brain.
Let me bring
Yes.
let me bring in Mr. Kabo quickly. And after that, as Mr. Kabo they talk, they send the link public. The one the way they watching. If you want for coming in and say one or two words, we will give you chance for make you come in. So I they send the link now that the broadcast for make you able look at the comment side. You go able to see the link. If you want for say one or two words, we will allow you, or you want for ask question, we will allow you. Other than that, you can ask question at the comments and like waiting Akibo bets do. We can put on at the forum and ask whoever you the ask question from the commentators them. Mr. Kabo, go ahead. Mr. Kabo, okay, you mute yourself.
All right, thank you very much for bringing me again. This is Kabo from New York again County. You asked, the question is, what will I do as a Sierra Leonean to move the country forward?
Yep.
The question, yeah, it's a very good question, but it's what the country don't have and need. That's what I will have to think about and bring it into perspective to the people whom I would like to benefit. Now, but in this case, as far as I'm concerned, I have seen that the current government has brought in education, which is free, which we all people talking, educating the people, educating them. Education is there, which is free, and we've seen that most of the budget of the country is geared towards that. He building schools, he making sure that the manpower resource is built in a strong way, and by that I mean is you have people who will start and go along the way and they drop out. Even if you are a carpenter, you need to do measurements. So at least you need the basic learning. So going to school, even if you stop at grade 7 or whatever, that's fine, but you have to get a basic and be able to speak at least a little English and write, because certain things you have to buy. This world is a world of civilization. Doesn't matter, you don't have to go as high as you want to. Now, secondly, we talk of agriculture, which is, of course, we have to be able to produce our staple food. And we have seen that the president also has committed his life on agriculture, wherein he even mentioned in one of his speeches that when anybody come now say, hey, brad, I say, hey, brad, I didn't have my farm. You did himself, I didn't have the farm. It's an encouragement for everybody to at least go to the farm and utilize the farm. Or if you have your children go to school and let them go to school and learn a trade. There are so many trades that come into the school. So if I should help us, and I have to help as a Sierra Leonean, I will look at, because these are the major factors that we have. One, illiteracy is so much that it brings a lot of pandemonium in the country. People cannot interpret between lines. People don't understand. Some understand, but because of the system and corruption, these are the things more that we have to talk about. I'll be educating the youth about corruption. I'll be educating the youth about being a civil in a civil society and what civil means. And they have to understand that in practice. And we have, of course, stories that we can give them. We can build schools. We can add to building schools because it's not new. The president is doing that. We can do farming. The president is doing that. It's not something new. All we need to do is probably we have to put more support, not only to Madabio, but to the present government, so that our children will understand that this is for the benefit of the country, not for a political party. Just like I said before, the reason we're talking about this, Sierra Leone is so polarized that anything we talk, we have to talk about politics. And I like to draw references to the present government, right? And I, as an individual, I'm not APC, I'm not SLPP. What I see that I think is good for everybody to emulate is that, that I see is good for everybody to emulate is that one, right. I will allow the speaker though, if you want to. Right. What I think is more important for now, as I am, as an individual, and for the benefit of the people of Sierra Leone, is that 5 years is not a short term, it's a very long term. However stupid the president might be or people might think he is, but there are good things that he's doing. If you disagree on certain political aspects, let's say disagree on corruption, you might agree on agriculture, because there's no question about that. Everybody has to eat. So let us come to agreement. If it is agriculture we agree on, and we disagree on corruption, let's build in the agreement we have in order not to be disagreeable. We can disagree, but we can't disagree. 5 years is a very long time. If we sit down and say, this man comes from the Mendyland and he is the president, and now he brings agriculture, he brings education, we say, we're not to better education. We are destroying our children. If your child is 6 years today when he has to start grade 1, and because Madabio is in government, and you wait and you say it's not a serious education, you want to wait the next government to come, and you wait until after 6 years before your children go to school, because the president that is here, you said it's not a serious education or whatever you call it, and you're depriving your child. By the time Madabio leaves office, if he's going to leave office at 5, your child will be 11 years. Now, supposing the president wins again, out of your child being 11 years, wasting all times because you are waiting for APC to bring education or to bring agriculture, you are starving. You don't establish a farm because that is the motive and the plan of the government or whatever. And you wait. Let me round it up. And you wait for another 5 years. Your child is now 17 years. By the time, probably, because you might win the next election, we don't know. So it's going to be 10 years, and your child will be 16 to 17 years, and your child is going to lag behind. What sense does that make to you?
First of all, thank you very much. First of all, Mr. Gabu, anybody, let me make sure we all, because now you didn't have the screen. First of all,
I'm not hearing.
Okay. You there?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay. What are the type of talk about? I say because and we say because Madabio bring so maybe they never put them picking at school, they wait for APC bring. That is not actually a good analogy for anybody. So anybody will not appreciate the fact that Madabio brought free education as a loan. That person they go check whether not parent or not a citizen, they need to go check in brain. Because more no. The reason why to make a lot of people then today na salon. During we own time, we are not able to go to school. Not because they're stupid, not because they're not people that successful when they go to school, they drop out because they're not being able to pay school fees. So the free education with Madabio now the biggest, always at the talk these are the biggest projects where Madabio bring way me are supposed to 100% for 3 years. Because Madabio, if you can probably in order for land as alone in the first place, that I think the girl picking gets right because the other one then a big one and then they overseas. But that girl picking where you get full, so in I don't know 3-4 years or so. Sometimes you not get for land as alone. But you don't picking where you not get the money for selling you picking overseas for good land. This is an opportunity for you. So if you sit down, you say because me na APC Madabio and I dislike her, so therefore I know they go put me picking at school. I think say not a good analogy that one day. Anyway, but anyone can come in and discuss that.
Well, if nobody comes in, I will reiterate into what I meant by that. You are in the media. Mr. Mankota. You hear all the media, they ranting how the education is crap, how people singing songs against that musicians come in. That is like distracting the children and even the parents who are not educated, not to go to school. That's a common analogy. You know that. It happens all over the media. Even musicians in Sierra Leone are singing against the free education. You know that.
Mr. Gabo, musicians are alone. I don't want to disrespect anybody. But musicians are alone. Not only musicians, I mean, but just they try to give the analogy. Radical. Anybody will come as long as you're ready for the money. It serve you, right? Now the same thing with musicians as alone.
But you gotta understand, these are the people that
for Madabio
dispatch information to the public.
Huh?
These are the people that dispatch. These are the people that dispatch messages to the public. They bring information to the public. You know that. We need musicians, we need artists, we need politicians, we need every sector of people here.
Ahmed, can you ask something?
Yes, Dr. Mankuta, what I get for say where Mr. Kago just make a mention of, we get to be very tolerant to criticism, not because this free education don't come, the way when they implement them, we get to get checks and balances, and that's what they talk about respect. Where something they go on, where for benefits the country, it not necessarily means that when they don't say free education, we not get forget checks and balances. We don't forget positive criticism, what criticism get for day. Yeah. And when criticism day, now the more than they do the right thing towards accomplishing the goal. Yeah. Now, what we get for say in addition, we get for collaborate, but at the same time we get for balance, collaboration. Not just because they collaborate, that no means say raise your hand up.
So you bring up a good point, because
that's a good point, yeah.
Because now two components that you put together. It's a free quality education, right? Free quality education. The free is already been implemented, but we still everybody knows say quality no day. So then kind criticism are for enhance the project, so make it become more a quality project. So yeah, criticism is okay, but at the end of the day, I don't think say any Sierra Leonean. Yes, people then can talk say na politics, right? But nobody not go away and cause he take you picking for go educate for free. You say no because me na APC. The man will bring the team na SLPP. I don't think say any sensible person will do that anyway. Bible, I want to say something. Okay, Doctor coming. Doctor, it's Alex. Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Dr. Mankota, as I say, fellow commentators, I'd emphasize or add to the free education that for entice people that waiting at the outreach communities, we don't consider at the big cities them for make then go back and go into agriculture instead of just sitting in Freetown. They therefore be decentralized. And also, not to all sides doing the outreach, get schools. You can able to start a school, a local school, where they encourage and entice people them, then go begin go there, take government putting on, then that one day, now one of the things that way I feel say, now a project like something, you can say free, but not to all side free. Like me own village, you say come out. A day in a very remote, you say me papa come out. Although yes, I come now Lusa, now they didn't want me. People don't know they go. And for the past 40 years, if I remember, now of late, we put 2 buildings a day, we build a mosque, and begin and don't begin go up to NPRC. And when they get the highest marks them. Now 1 or 2 teachers then they when our family members and volunteer for the day. Because in a village, people are not ready for God. So you get for encourage not only what's in government they do, if we see all the years they have for say, we they wait for free education, then the people are not going to be educated. This is the one example where I want for point out. And as well, we brother there, where you go sit down, you send for $50 today, next month you want $100, you go tell her, come and go, we'll get the bush yonder. Sponsor them. We got the people that say, Mama, where they can say, Kaboto. If you're able to do small farm, you encourage them, Kaboto come, you make them 2-3 times, you go, able to get a better produce. You need motivation.
You wouldn't call a little bit for lecturing.
Yeah, you need motivation. You need encouragement.
And that one day, the way they call me na Skype, you know, able to get me because with a live na another platform where not to I can, but by the way, you want to say something?
But
And
I've not done it, Makota.
huh?
I've not done it.
Oh, okay, go ahead. By the way,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
you get problem
Yeah.
with you wait and hold on, doctor. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, we need to motivate to people. Freetown is actually overpopulated. We therefore encourage the people there. McKinney City, Losar City, make them go back to the villages. This is where the agriculture is. And they need sponsorship. And they need encouragement. Entice them, encourage them, make them sit on there. That money will be they send for the way they sit on a Freetown, tell them way they go back here and you go do and you go do more. These are some of the ways that people go able to enhance the peace and bring cohesiveness and development at the country.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
very much. By the way, go ahead.
Yeah. Marco, they allow me now.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You're okay now.
Well, what the doctors say is correct, but agriculture. But our mom will say agriculture employ about 75% of the population, but it contribute only 1/3 to the GDP, that's alone. And predominantly it is subsistence farming. And people they're not able to afford for make mechanize the thing. The government where they empower or for attract international funding for make we able create the environment where make equipment go able can the country. They create an intolerable situation where they shy away investors there and foreign direct investments. These are the issues. When you talk about education, go into the chemistry of education. Mr. Kabo, do you allow me to use the word chemistry? Because when they talk about illiteracy rate in alone, about 65 to 75%. And the bulk of this illiteracy is outside the school going age. So when they take the whole bulk of the country resources, it direct about to 20% of the school going age, the informal set of form of education, working for do those adults, what we know they describe as I left out. You are not targeting them. Mr. President Madabio, are you clever? What the program where you don't create? What for don't bring that bulk of the thing you are shouting about quality education when a greater percentage of the people are outside your program. What are you telling me? So we need brains. We need people that won't know. These are statistical facts. These are issues. When they talk, they move from a free quality education. Now, a political tool. Those people in the education sector, then people and they involve them, the stakeholders in education, we don't draw that roadmap. What did they? Involve them on I just grab number over 6 months. He said tomorrow free quality education. Are you clever in doing that? You know what is education?
Thank you very much.
I'm coming from the background of education.
I know, because the way
they come up from the background of education.
I know the way they talk, people like say,
and I don't contribute for draw syllabus. I don't contribute for draw syllabus. I don't do comparative studies on the British syllabus, the American, the French, everything. Now inside saloon. Highly educated people and they, if the president not use politics, he allow them. Those technocrats, the season, the expertise, them, made them do them. Angels can't impose. The teachers are left out in the package. The teachers, are they clever in implementing the program? What is happening now?
One thing the way you know we're able for dispute is the fact that he make an attempt for bring education, whether you agree with policies or not, but this now the national benefit for everybody, right?
The issue that is, I'm not cut you short, sir. Even the issue of corruption. Why me get problem with the president? I know I may use it as a political tool, as a witch hunt. It's not genuine. It's not in the interest of the country. They use them for me consolidating whole.
Yeah,
The education
you know,
where they make it just trumpet out to the people is not genuine. Wait,
yeah,
let me finish. Let me finish. Why I say not genuine? The rule say the constitution say where they set them rule of evidence for day. And that word when they say rule of evidence, if you understand them, not just say them. What you qualify, what you validate an evidence, where they tender, where they prosecute somebody, like when it say Babure thief. How you sign with signature, bring the receipt, everything.
Hold on, Babure.
Yes, sir.
I don't want for me to go too much into that because last week we get a legal luminary. We can tell, we clearly say that particular thing, and not that this one right now we want for me. That particular of inquiry, whether we disagree with this, it's legal because it goes to parliament pass illegal. So we will say we disagree with the implementation.
You can still challenge them. You can still challenge anything what pass in parliament. Marcos, I don't get it wrong. What that man may not get it wrong. Anything where parliament do, even challenger, now I make the court day for the Supreme Court day for what interpret the constitution.
No, but hold on. Bible. Hold on.
For madam validate the thing.
Listen.
That don't mean say what parliament talk am. That corrupt parliament, what the man what they had I corrupt like I corrupt so.
Well,
even I said I not for take that position. Even anti-corruption man, you don't qualify for that position.
All right, hold on.
Mangata, let me say something.
Hold on.
Mangata, let me say something.
That people that that money where they take, you get for return am. The current speaker, the money where they take, you get for return am. So you don't qualify. Not a legitimate money where they take.
All right, hold on.
Let me say something, Mr. Mangata.
Okay, hold on, Mr. Kabumi. Bible, now we face the fact, the way the commission of inquiry they make, some of we not agree with them, but there is no way we will say illegal because number one, it passed the parliament. The only institution where get the right to salon for make laws, for pass laws, for become legal, the parliament. Not even the court. The court, what they do not interpret, they interpret the law where parliament make. Now that make Mr. Kaloko tell you same illegal because the institution were responsible for pass law na salon na parliament and parliament pass up. We not agree with the implementation at all. I don't want to make you get me wrong. So if you want to challenge them,
challenge them. Now challenge them.
Well, you go to court. Now court you get for go challenge them. Allow you can to Mr. Kabo quickly.
Very good.
I think Mr. Baibure is behind times. We are in the finishing part of the commission already. People are paying, all right? And he's still going back at the beginning, and we are no more there. And secondly, the courts were established, and even last week, Mr. Kanu was saying that we have to allow them to go to court. Yes, we allow them, but I want to assure you, you might not get up to 5 people who may go to court, and people are paying under the, they are begging, they are asking, they are soliciting, they are coming to an agreement because they know it is illegal. Because they know. Yeah.
Okay. No man by too much. I don't say. I wouldn't call it. So I read what Sylvester Brown says. I put on the broadcast. So he said, "Good evening, gentlemen. I would like to thank you all for creating this platform. My take on this very important issue is that we should all focus on our strength rather than our weaknesses. For our nation to move forward, we should start by identifying as well, appreciating each other's strength. I am sure the former president and his government had its strength, which we as a nation failed to build on. In the same light, the current president and his government has its strength, which we again okay. So now some of them that we want to hear from the viewers. So
right.
What would they try for talk about Mr. Kaboom? Now no say whether you disagree with the former president or not, or whether you disagree with the current president or not, then don't do things one way or the other. Then don't do bad things again. So let's build on the good things that they don't do and try for modify bad things that they don't do. Go ahead.
Right, and that's why we are talking about the good things that they have done, right? That's why we just mentioned about the education and the agriculture. And about Mr. He brought it in a broader term, which we all understand, and we all dealt with principles of education and so on and so forth. Yes, but before you go to a broader term, our country was right behind education. So he has to put a stepping stone, the first step. I believe when everything is achieved, or as the time goes on, there will be expansion to what he's saying. But this is the step he put. Why can't we take it step by step? You know, when he came, there are people already outside the curriculum who are no more students and who are not part. But he cannot put all together at the same time. So the step we followed, if we agree with it, we will work with it, and as we go, we bring suggestions and expand so that everybody will be included. And these are the things we're talking about.
Yeah, let me give chance to America and
Dr. I get one contribution.
Okay, hold on. Let American, after doctor, they can just roll on first for now. You will be the last person. Go ahead, American.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Mankuta. First and foremost, like where one of we listeners can send message, let we look how we go move forward. This is what the program is all about. How we get for move forward, we get for synthesize all the things that we don't go wrong and the things that we don't do right. We improve on them better. Now we get some people look on collaboration. How we go use collaboration. We get for balance up. We get for balanced collaboration. You know the collaboration no more. You know, try for let you see your own point of view. Then we get for look about the brain drain where they go on. Now challenge to the country. You get a lot of good brains, very excellent brains them overseas. Them brains they're ready for contribute to the development of Sierra Leone. How they go use a method they go really utilize the brain drain situation. Now you talk about the two SIM, where also I go connect with the brain drain. The two SIM, you don't make Boku people there who don't stay in America overseas. You want to go, where you go, you not get the right way. You forget as a Sierra Leonean. Now they talk about the two SIM. The two SIM then therefore take them very seriously. The parliament plus the president and the executive therefore take them serious.
Yeah. All right.
Now we therefore talk about land reform. Dr. Hussain Kamara, they talk about agriculture. Mr. Kabo, they talk about agriculture. The land reform of itself is a problem in Sierra Leone. Land reform. You know what in land reform don't do right now? Now the mining area, the other areas, they're going to be one the Mama airport. You know how much land the people they lose, Nakoya, go then take their land, then begin by land very inappropriate in Nakoya.
All right, thank you very much. We don't go out of time, so let's bring in Doctor. Doctor, go ahead.
No, well, I think I agree with the person we put on the screen say we get for actually identify all the weaknesses and the successful things that we don't do, and how Kotamet say we improve on them, and then collaboration is one. And I think this is the way forward. Education is the important tool for every development, especially of our youth. If you find out today, our youth, over 65% of the population are people who are the youthful age. And this is the vanguard of civilization. We get for actually improve this human capital for development.
Mr. Kabo with the Mr. Kabo with the you. So just put off the camera.
Yeah,
I was sitting.
Yeah, I came over to sit on the couch so I can charge my phone, but I feel uncomfortable, so I'm stretching up.
Okay, go ahead.
The charger is close down. My phone was dying.
I mean, that's all I have to say. We get for develop with youthful citizens them for make them be progressive, and this will reduce the idleness and the crime rate, and the country go develop.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay, Bible, what do you say you get? Bible.
I just
Well,
want
let me hear
to
you.
say a genuine intention. Yes, a genuine intention. Oh, a genuine intention. You hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
A genuine intention for fetch corruption. Now for draw a baseline. For draw the baseline. 2023, when the APC come to power, man like me, what are they advise the party? We know they look behind what the SLPP do. We know they hold no commission of inquiry. The APC 2023, anybody who thief 1 cent, would they cut your finger? Where thief 2 cents, would they cut 2 fingers there? Now that kind of corruption, they would affect men and all call and say now which one? We know they go behind. So can't do that. They draw the baseline. Now we own government. Eh? You don't know. You don't know. Well, you don't done. You don't done. Now, whatever road they die. You see. So and they just they try to be for emphasize. And they try for emphasize. Say, we know they tolerate corruption 2023 onwards. So what you don't pass, it don't pass. Not to know which hunt. They what they rule now. If they elect the country, may they left for chief. May not take public fund. It's wrong. You get for go pay and back next wall. Who say get for go get money for pay and next wall? It is wrong. Don't take it. It's public fund. If they make us go get an air, they're not able to get doctor. Person they call me said for pull cheats now 600,000. You get 4 cheats. You not get money for my pull right now. It ain't pain. Now small money no more. They take it. I don't read that audio day. Would that cause them? Are you the chief public fund? Government no able set the institutions and they for more able people and get medical facility.
Right.
So do you have more left for chief?
Thank you very much. Well, I just want to thank you now all for this wonderful discussion. I think this is one of the best broadcasts we don't do this year. So I thank you now, and we will see you back the same time, the same place. And for the people that will be watching, we just want to thank you now. If you want to say something when they live, just put you comment with the broadcast. You comment just like watching the 2 guys that then do. We broadcast on our comment because we are part of this discussion here. Because we are Sierra Leoneans and we want to give our own small idea. Now that make we can create this platform for them, so we will get interactive broadcasting. So I thank you very much again. Goodbye.